Hi guys, welcome back to the Gully Cricket Showdown. The IPL is running in full flow, and today we are going to discuss about the playoffs, which are coming pretty soon. So Mukul, let's get right into it. Looking at the table right now, only two teams have been eliminated so far. Surprisingly, MI and LSG, who play later tonight. But when you look at the table from eighth till fifth, they are only separated by 2 points. With most of the teams having a game in hand. So, what do you think is going to happen? I think this fourth slot is very, very important.
Yeah, I mean, and it's so often it happens in IPL, that things get like right down to the wire. Despite having such a big tournament, sometimes the end matches, like a one-off match, becomes so crucial for the tournament. So I think, for example, to decide the top two, SRH versus RCB will be a huge match. Who will decide, who will be the top two? Yeah. I think in most likely RCB will still be in the top two, but I think GT or SRH, which one will take the top two place, that match will decide that. Similarly, the remaining matches against MI and I think LSG, both teams who have been disqualified, but that will determine who will, the other teams or if RR will qualify. So I think close encounters, the Delhi lost a couple of really close matches. KKR lost one match against Layer. Mukul Chaudhary played a blinder and, they just lost. The Delhi match where David Miller did not take a single, the matches like these, such small, there have been, I think in every tournament, there have been at least one match, one such instance where, one small mistake made a team lose a match, and that ultimately caused them their qualifications. So if KKR would have won that match, they would still they would be in a much better position to qualify than these other teams. So it just that's what the tournament is. It's a tough tournament. So it will be interesting final week.
Yeah, I mean, it is so unpredictable. So let's start at Punjab Kings. Of course, I think it's the same story as Delhi last year. Win 5. One game gets abandoned, so they can't obviously play it, and then now they have lost 6 in a row. And I'm not sure what's going on in the camp. Although some players do think, I read that changing of the venue has had an effect as well. Much like RR, they have to change the venues as well. So that could be a factor. But for a team that started so good, I mean, we thought they were going to definitely qualify as soon as possible. But now it looks like it might not happen.
Yeah, I mean, I'm so disappointed, in Punjab and Delhi. I have every year after year, I back them to qualify. And then last year, the same thing happened with Punjab qualified, obviously played the final. So good for them. And Delhi, always was looking through, will be in the top two, and they did not qualify because they lost all the matches. Yeah. This year, Delhi was simply did not feel like a team at all, and then they were simply outplayed in most matches. And then Punjab looked I honestly thought we might see an unbeaten run, the way they were playing. Especially after they chased down 264, I was it will be difficult for them to lose a single match.
Like a bulldozer.
Yeah, I was looking forward to the 17th May match already in April. That this match against RCB will be a huge match because RCB was playing so good and Punjab was playing ridiculously good. So, I mean, I think the one factor where Punjab has been let down is their fielding. The bowling is also bad, but their batting is very good. So, they make up for it. But the fielding has been absolutely horrible. I mean, fielding, I think, is the single most reason they are in where they are right. Still, they can qualify, obviously. But I think now they need definitely top two is out of the picture. And then if they do, they will have to play 2 matches. And looking at the form of the other teams like SRH and GT and RCB, it looks difficult. Frankly, to me, it looks like RCB's tournament to lose. And I've been telling that from the beginning only, RCB is a complete team. Their fielding is good. Their bowling is good. Their batting, middle order is good. Top order is good. So, I mean, and people say what they say about Virat Kohli, he plays strike rate of 140, 150, even this age. He's trying to anchor. But look at the position they are in. They know that Virat Kohli will hold one end no matter what. And the other end is free to play whatever they want to play. It's so important. So many teams have I'm not saying every team should have an anchor role or whatever, but like, it's not like Virat Kohli is playing with a strike rate of 110, 120. He is also trying to pick boundaries whenever it's possible, and we all know like he could speed up at any time they want. Like, the
Yeah.
100 he did, like 100 runs he scored. I think the in the end the strike rate was 175 or something. For a 175
Yeah.
strike rate is like very good. Obviously,
Yeah.
what more do you want? And he made sure he won that match. Like, he went out not out. Like, that's the most important part.
Yeah.
I mean, he could have played like 240 strike rate and gotten out, but he made sure that RCB won that match. So that's a huge factor which will play in favor of RCB. And also their bowling is phenomenal, fielding is great, and even like if the top order gets out, their middle order is great. Like, so I think this looks like RCB's tournament to lose. I think the final would be RCB versus GT mostly, but we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, RCB does look like they have a lot of mature players and leadership as well. So that is free flowing for them. I want to talk about SRH as well. I don't think any of us gave them their props mainly, but Praful Hinge comes in, performs there in that first over against RR, and suddenly their fortunes have turned as well. The bowling looks good. The batting, I don't think anyone ever doubted that. And then Klaasen's
Yeah.
form as well. I mean, he has been scoring runs for fun as well. So they could look like a contender as well to win the IPL.
Yeah, I mean, my top four were basically Punjab, RCB, Delhi, and then one of SRH or MI. Like,
Yeah.
so MI being MI, I don't know what happened. Like, I said in the preview only, like, if they resolve the issues among their team, they will be team to look out for. But
Yeah.
unfortunately, they could not resolve it. And then obviously, if you have such stars and then you have problems within the team, then you will be like down the order, and that's where they are. GT came out of the picture. GT and RR, I thought like will be close qualifiers because like their team is very good, but like GT has their own problems, and you saw in that match if you give GT a score of like say 230, 240, they can't chase that. So I think they have to rely on every time on their bowlers to like restrict the opponent like around 200, below 200, so that they can play that. SRH is like I mean they are playing mature cricket now. I think they started with like we'll score 300, like 280 every match, but then they came to their senses after a couple of losses and they're playing smarter cricket now, I think, and that's why they are looking more dangerous. Also, Klaasen's form is obviously very important. In the initial few matches, he wasn't scoring runs, and everybody started criticizing that like, you gave international cricket a like did not respect international cricket, like him and Puran, and retired, and look where you are. But then he turned around this game. He's one of the top scorers of the tournament, playing consistently, so that's really good.
And with
So I
good
think
strike rate as well.
yeah, so with the inclusion of Pat Cummins, I think the team is looking really solid. But I think it's see again, like I said, SRH also have their problems. Like if the top three or Klaasen goes out, then they don't have player. Like Reddy is not in a great form. Aniket Verma is injured. Salil Arora is good, but I don't know if he's that good. So I mean they have their own set of problems. I think the most of the teams are dealing with issues of middle order, and I think and like finishers, and that's where I think RCB excels. Like literally.
100%. Well, speaking of weak middle orders, I think we have to speak about RR as well. It does look like two really winnable matches for them, LSG and MI, both the teams that have been eliminated. So on paper, these are the weakest teams, right, that they can face. And if they win both the matches, they can qualify. But I think that is when RR seems to underperform when you expect them to win certain matches.
I think MI with the exclusion of Hardik Pandya and Surya and everything, now they are looking more like a proper team. So I think it will be difficult to beat them now, especially in Wankhede. And then LSG is also having a late surge and becoming party popper for everybody. They don't have the pressure to qualify anymore, So the inclusion of Josh Inglis has certainly helped them. So it won't be easy to beat both of them, to be honest with you. But and again, like I said, I think RR's middle order is a problem. But I think the biggest problem which RR has faced is not the middle order. It's more so a form of Yashasvi Jaiswal, I think. He has not scored. Well, yeah. But he has not scored even 100 in the tournament, which is very odd for Jaiswal. He should have. I think that's a big problem. Then like Suryavanshi has been covering his his part, but I think a bigger runs from Jaiswal is expected, and that's where RR is failing.
So, let's get down to it then. Who do you think qualifies? Again, 4 teams left. Any of them could realistically qualify. Even CSK is there in the middle as well.
I'm still rooting for Punjab to qualify. They are too good of a team to not qualify, So I think Punjab would somehow make it. But if they don't, I think it won't be a, like, in the history of IPL, I don't think I would have seen a bigger disappointment, to be honest with you. No team has won like six in a row and then lost seven in a row, like, ever. So it will be huge disappointment them, like, if they don't qualify from here, like, I mean, still after 15 points is no guarantee they would qualify, but I think I don't think RR will win both of their matches, to be honest with you, with the kind of batting they have. And I don't think Punjab will lose like against LSG now. I think they will go all in with everything. All the things are obviously considered, like the change of stadium, fielding, blah blah blah. All of that is considered, I know, but I think it will be a huge bummer if they don't qualify from here. Not saying they would like go on to win the tournament, play final once because they have two matches. But I think, yeah, I mean, it will be, I think if they qualify and they play against SRH or something, then I think it will be a good match. And then I think overall, I think it looks like RCB's tournament to lose. And I think in Ahmedabad, if they play against GT in the final, then I think GT has a good chance to win, especially if the scoring rate is around 200 only, like, the target and everything. But otherwise, I think it's looking like it will be another year for RCB. Let's see.
Back-to-back champions, that would be first for them as well.
Yeah, especially I think it will be first time any team has won like the women's tournament and this tournament also. I think they have won it this time. But like, yeah, I mean, it's they have to win two matches even now. Like, considering they win or lose the SRH match doesn't matter that much, I think. But the qualifier one in the final, so hopefully they do. I mean, I think
IPL, anything can happen.
I mean, if they are the ones, like, I would really like Punjab to win this tournament. Like, RCB won it last year, so I think I would really like Punjab to win this year, but they just made a mess out of their whole tournament. So yeah, I think if it's not Punjab, then I would want RCB to win.
Yeah, I mean, it is tragic how Punjab started and where they are. I don't think anyone could have predicted that. But that was our video, guys. RCB to hopefully win again, or at least Punjab to qualify. But again, it's so unpredictable when it comes down to these last 2-3 matches. Anything can happen. But that's our prediction, and we will see you in the next one when the qualifiers start.